Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new podcast. I'm familiar this is on my own channel, but I like interviewing people and also to be interviewed. So hence the reason why I invited a very good friend of mine who flew all the way over from Australia back to the Netherlands. And yeah, we're just gonna have a chat of about an hour or so, just talking about everything. And we were just talking about the YouTube drama, talking about Liver King being completely cancelled. And yeah, just
I
gonna
feel like
have a
that
nice
might be old
conversation.
news now.
Yeah, it's quite old
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, 2 weeks is pretty old in the YouTube space. Anyway, it's so good to be here. I've known Wanner now for 7 years.
Yes.
This is the third time we've met in person, though.
Yeah, was quite nuts actually.
Yeah, I mean, we were both 18. I was there the day after this guy got his license for the first time, and I don't recommend being in the car with him at 18, freshly licensed.
Yeah, got 2 fines on my first single
I
day.
think I was grasping the chair for my life.
Yeah, and then that was in my old car from my uncle.
Dude, that thing was loud.
Yeah, but it was like, what was it?
But it wasn't
1997
loud because
car.
it sounded good. It was loud because it sounded like it was about to break.
But that's how it sounded. The car was like $500. I got it for free from my uncle.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it felt like that.
yeah, you could hear it like that.
I don't think my insurance covered me for things like that. I mean,
I have no idea. I'm not going about that one.
yeah. So I think you wanted to talk about, I mean, I'm really interested in hearing your take on YouTube, especially with this rise of AI.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that it's now February, and so January was the month of AI discussions, but
100%.
we can keep talking about it now.
Yeah.
We'll keep it going for at least a few more days.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing stuff that people are really worried that they're going to integrate AI solutions into their YouTube videos, and YouTube's going to, find ways of noticing it and picking up on the fact that it's AI.
Yep.
Are you thinking that AI is going to complete from a cash cow perspective, do you think AI is going to be a full stack solution that's going to cover every area of the video, from your thumbnail to the video editing to the content creation to the
Yes,
publishing? Or do you think it's going to just take little aspects of that and the human will have to put the whole pie together?
So right now we got the whole ChatGPT covers everything text to text, and then you got the thumbnails with Midjourney covers text to image, where we don't have anything yet that covers text to video, and I think that one will take the longest amount of time because it has to consistently generate images over a whole period of times.
Are you meaning full
Full
video
video,
creation?
yes.
So you give it a prompt and it
Yes.
will give you a complete visual.
Yeah, you can have like an input, like make a video,
Okay.
a video URL like this, but change these things in the video, and it will auto-generate that video. You might have to wait 3 hours for the video to be completed, but you get a whole video. It's the same with the music AI.
So it's going to have to create like 30 frames per second of a
Yes.
seamless motion. So yeah, I mean, how far away are we from something like that, do you think?
I think about a year or 2 years.
Really?
I
Okay.
don't think it will take that long.
Yep.
If you imagine how fast the voice stuff has changed with now the Adobe AI, where the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, for
voice
sure.
just changes. It doesn't matter if you're in a room or it's windy, you put it on, 3 minutes later you got a perfect audio.
Yeah. And
Which
it sounds
is
good.
insane. It's really good.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I
and it
mean,
goes
it's so
quickly.
realistic. I mean, we were looking at like thumbnails yesterday together,
Yeah.
and the quality was mind-blowing,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's just stuff you wouldn't expect to see coming out of an AI that were usable for YouTube thumbnails. Like, I looked at them and go, this
100%.
makes sense. Like, you could use these.
Yeah.
On
and get a
YouTube.
high click-through rate.
Yeah.
Really high. Because the biggest
I mean,
ones...
just chuck Mr. Beast face on it.
Yeah.
Like, get the thumbnail, put Mr. Beast face on top of it, and you've got 100 million views guaranteed right there.
Pretty much. And the thing is, there's this one channel that I worked on with a client, and it's about the military. And those prompts are literally the best. It's insane the amount of thumbnails you get that are literally perfect. So we had this one with like the biggest tanks they used in World War II. And we made a prompt with 3 soldiers standing in front of the world's biggest tank. And it looks so realistic. Like, you don't put any text over it. It's just, you generate the image, you use that image. And that video itself got
Was this
about 3 million
coaching that you
views.
were doing through your consultancy?
Yes.
Okay, so this is through the
Yeah.
Cash Cow course.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. And so people come to you with already created channels, or have they've made this off the back of watching your course, and then they've gone ahead and created a channel, and then they've gone to you for consultation?
I do have to say, in generally, it's that we either have 2 audiences. It's either people are complete beginners and want to learn the business model, or there's people making 10 to 40K or sometimes even more that come in and really want specialized knowledge. So, and there's pretty much no in
Are
between
they there for the course or are they there for your
for my consulting.
Yeah.
So the higher people are really there for, hey, listen,
Yeah.
I want a review of all my channels and that's what I want. And the beginning people are like, I really want to watch all the videos and understand the business model.
Sure.
And the more videos we're creating, so right now for the Dutch one, we have 88 videos. And then for the English one right now, it's like about 65, I think. And we're just creating so much content that I just want to cover everything. So even that the specialized people that come in, because we have people coming in that have 9 or 10 channels doing 40 to 100K a month.
Yeah.
That even those people are like, oh, what the fuck
So they're
is
at
this?
kind of a different stage in that journey.
Yeah.
So you're kind of covering all bases, but they still go through the same like payment, right? It's the same.
Yeah, they still go
fee.
through the same thing. But if they really want, like, if you have 10 channels that I need to review, then yes, you need to get a consultancy. But that's not something I can do on a daily basis. I help people with one channel. And yes, I can do a text message and help you on another channel. But I'm not going to do dedicated reviews for every single channel you start.
Yeah, sure.
That
makes sense. I mean,
It's too
the
much.
time sink into something like that would be huge.
Yeah, because if you want 10 channels to be reviewed, and I have to look at every single title, every single thumbnail, look for optimizations in the videos, how is the audio going, how's the branding going?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do that across 5 or 6 channels, then
And these are mostly,
hours.
I mean, these are cash cow channels.
Yes.
Mostly. But I mean, there's creators that could use the expertise that you've got that are, just everyday content
yeah.
creators, people that are, put their heart and soul into a single video that they release once a month.
Yeah.
And so how do you see them fitting into this new landscape of YouTube where there's so much content going up? There's, we're constantly pumping short form content and long form content now into people's faces. Do you think not your average, but your content creator, normally they're exceptional, right? They have to be an exceptional content creator, and that's how they make it that next step. They, you can really enjoy making videos, but it's the ones that have that little edge, right? That become exceptional, that, create a viral video or create content that really hits a huge audience. Do you think they're going to fit into this new landscape of YouTube, or do you think a different path is going to have to be paved for them?
Well, there's two different skills. For long-form content, you really need to keep the attention for a really long time.
Sure.
But it's the only way to really build a relationship with the audience. And with short format, you had this one TikTok girl that had 24 million followers and went to like a meet and greet, and there were 0 people showed up.
Yeah.
You
Because
get
it's so
24
diluted, right?
million followers and you have
Yeah.
0 people. That means there's no connection between you and your followers. But if you bring the following towards a YouTube video where it's like you sitting in front of a camera, talking for 8 minutes, knowing your audience, understanding your audience, maybe responding once or twice, that builds a connection. And then you have hundreds of people showing up. Look at how many people
it's a colder audience, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
look at marketing funnels and you go from your top of funnel down to your bottom of funnel.
Yeah.
I mean, I do that with my brands.
Yeah.
Every single day. We feed people into our top of funnel. They know about us. They might engage. They might like. They might comment. But, we're not expecting them to convert. We're not expecting them to shop at an event, for instance. You move them through your middle of funnel. You put them through to your bottom of funnel. And I used to think about YouTube as being a bit of a pyramid system. Like you want to feed them through to being your first connections. Like on LinkedIn, right? You've got your third connection system, which is
Exactly.
like TikTok, Snapchat. Well, actually, no, I'd put Snapchat maybe in second. But,
Snapchat's
your
quite
broader scoped things like Instagram Reels, TikTok videos, where you can have a huge audience, but they only come to you through one viral video. They see one video, they click follow,
Yeah.
and because they don't watch your videos again, they count as a follower on your page, but they can't engage with you long term because they're not watching multiple videos, so their feed isn't sending them.
Exactly.
It's not sending them their videos every day despite being followed. Whereas on YouTube, so long as you click the bell notification, you're always going to see their video.
Yeah.
So you're a true fan, right?
You're going to get
made it that-
notified.
So you think, these TikTok creators, I mean, a lot of them run like link trees and they're trying to, they're running a link tree and they're trying to siphon people down onto their YouTube because that's where, I mean, for them, the revenue.
Yeah, that's where
going
you
to
make
come.
the revenue. TikTok makes nothing.
Yeah. So I guess in the case of this girl who was on TikTok, I mean,
Yeah.
she really needs to be starting to move
Move her audience.
her
towards
audience into a
Instagram
better
or YouTube.
position.
Yeah.
Or at least where she can warm them up to being,
A paying customer
True
in one way
fans.
or another.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you can have millions of followers, but if you don't convert them into anything, there's no revenue to be generated. So how are you going to hire an editor? How are you going to hire a podcast room like this?
Yep.
It's like you need some sort of revenue stream. It's the same with my YouTube videos. I'm well aware that, yes, I have a program and I'm open and honest about that. But each video that we added for YouTube costs about $300 because there's a professional editor on it.
Sure.
So you have that, and then the thumbnails, they're about 25 to 35 a piece. So then you have additional cost to that, and then it keeps on adding quite a lot. And then it's like, of course, yes, okay, you have a program and everyone thinks it's free money, but the amount of hours editing the videos and recording the videos and setting up a podcast room or setting up multiple cameras is like, there's so much cost associated with it that people need to have some sort of income stream for any kind of platform. So you need to build a relationship in any way or form with this digital age that we're in.
Yeah. So I guess going back to what I was meaning about these exceptional content creators, the ones that are creating, these one-off amazing videos, the production quality, it might not cost them a lot, but they put so much time into it, so the production quality is significantly higher. I mean, you can look at Mr. Beast as being one of these creators.
Yeah, 100%.
But then if you take the Mr. Beast model, which is this, in crazy amount of engagement, right?
Yeah.
You start a video and 30 seconds in, half of the people are already kicked out of whatever tournament he's running. And you're only 2 minutes into the video, and 3 minutes in he's given out a Lamborghini, and 5 minutes in he's given away a house. A lot of content creators can't replicate that, right? So that model is unattainable for them to begin with. But also, for some creators, that seems like it's away from their ethos, right? It's not how they want to create videos. They want to tell a story. They want it to be longer form.
Yeah.
Do you think Mr. Beast's model is the only way to be getting these 60, 70, 80 million view videos per video? Do you think if you want that in the future, you're going to have to copy or at least have that method of engagement? Or do you think these people that are creating, masterpieces of, exceptional cinematography, do you think they will ever be able to attain those numbers?
So 60, 70 million viewers is insane.
Yeah.
So till now, nobody else has
Mr.
reached it
Beast is
besides
getting, right?
Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Right now, the thing that he did is he's actually changing his thumbnails consistently and really using like the complementary colors and then this double complementary.
So you mean like he's changing them constantly to see which one's performing?
Now he's at 1.2 billion viewers last 30 days.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So would any creator...
I remember when PewDiePie hit 1 billion views for the first time. And that was like blowing everyone's mind. When the total view count clocked over 1 billion.
Yeah, all headlines worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he does that in 30 days.
Which is insane.
Mr. Beast does.
Yeah. But I have no idea how much of that is shorts because 2 of his shorts are watched 500 million times and 400 million times. So there might be 300 million from that coming from shorts. But still, besides
so
the
I
point,
guess
still insane.
That's kind of where I was wanting to go with it. So you've got these content creators creating incredible content.
Yeah.
The videos are 10 minutes, 15 minutes long. And so within that, there is hundreds of short video opportunities.
Yeah.
And so do you think content creators are leveraging that enough currently? And do you think they will, now that Shorts has a proper monetization model, do you think that these YouTubers need to be, really going strong down these alternative forms of content?
I think you need it in order to be discovered.
Yeah.
But if you're big, you don't need it.
Okay, so
like
your
a Logan
initial
Paul
discovery should happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because TikTok is the #1 way to be discovered.
Sure.
Like you can have a viral video and it's not hard on TikTok to get 10 million viewers. Hence the reason on YouTube 10 million viewers is a totally different story.
It's a completely different ballgame, right?
It's insane. Like the whole channel that I have as a person doesn't even have 10 million viewers. Neither does my TikTok, but still overall it's a totally different game.
But if you got 10 million views on YouTube, that can be absolutely life-changing, right?
Yeah, but that's an easy 40K plus.
Yeah, but I mean, money,
Revenue.
besides just the money, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you are going to attract an audience. And so long as I know that people get caught in that rut where they upload a viral video that gets 20, 30 million views, but it's away from their niche or it's away from their interest. So then they try and upload videos that they're interested in and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But if you get a viral video on YouTube of something you love and you're truly passionate about,
It's
and
the
it
best thing ever.
goes viral completely, it's completely life-changing. There's this guy that I've watched. He's in England and he bought like an abandoned home and he renovated it. It cost him like
Yes.
£50,000 or something, and then he renovated it and he made it. It's really small. It's like a really small house.
That's a really small one, yeah.
Yeah, and then he made a video about that. He used to just upload videos about like how much this YouTuber makes per day or the top 5 locations. So he was just doing like evergreen style content.
Yeah.
And then he uploaded this one video about the
completely
process of him building, purchasing a house and then building it, and it costing him like £120,000 or £130,000. It wasn't a lot of money in the scheme of the rent property market, and it just exploded.
Yeah.
And now, you know, he's gone away from having to make, I think, what he probably didn't enjoy, which was his evergreen content.
Yeah.
That
It's now renovating homes.
You know, it wasn't to now, you know, being able to buy property just because one video got like 3 million views.
Yeah, it was about 3.5, yeah.
If he put that video on TikTok and got 3 million views,
Nothing would have changed.
nothing would happen, right?
Nothing. Yeah, you got a viral video.
Yeah.
Maybe 5,000 followers, that's it.
Nothing happens. But on YouTube, your life changes like overnight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you suddenly
Everyone
the
knows
floodgates
about
have
you.
opened.
Yeah, everyone knows about you. You renovated a home. It's an evergreen video. Even a video within 5 years would probably still get about 20 or 100 views
because it's
per day.
practical, right? Like you're
It's practical.
adjusting,
You
right?
will always watch something like that. Like it's the same as those, and I forget how to say it. It's like those African guys that like make the huts and everything.
Primitive.
Primitive, yes.
Primitive, yeah.
So even those videos is like people watch them because they're bored. Like you lay your phone down next to your bed and you start watching those videos.
Who debunked those videos? There was
there was
CoffeeZilla,
one,
or was it somebody else?
Might be CoffeeZilla.
Someone made a really long video
Of exposing them,
debunking, just
yeah.
exposing the primitive technology
Yeah.
completely. I
And
mean, the
one of
only
those
one
channels
that's
was from Freedom as well. It was
Freedom?
Freedom
Oh.
from the network,
Yeah.
from the MCN. Yeah,
Yeah.
they owned one of the first ones.
because it turned out that, you know,
Everything
behind the
was
scenes,
hired.
like people would just come in with tractors and just dig out, like, oh, here's us digging
Yeah,
an enormous pool, and then just
they did nothing.
off camera,
with that,
tractor rolls in, digs up this enormous pool, cut to the next scene. Oh, he's still working.
Yeah.
He's working hard.
and they're leaving it just abandonedly behind. Like they buy it, they buy the land.
But they
change
copied that
everything.
model from one guy.
Yeah, there
Like,
was one
the
guy
original
doing it.
primitive technology channel was just like, I think he's in Canada or America, and he was just living.
Yep.
He just lives in the bush. Sorry, forest. I'm Australian. We call it bush.
No worries.
Lives in the bush, and just was like building things. And,
Yeah.
you know, he showed the whole process, and then I guess these groups, Cambodia, I think, and Vietnam, saw it and go off and
Vietnam
make.
a lot. Yeah, Vietnam and Thailand.
I mean, that
actually.
niche was huge.
It was huge.
And they were
people got
getting-
300-400 million views a month on the peak,
Yeah,
which is insane. It's like,
and it was all I
a month.
saw. Like I mean, I probably only saw it because I was watching so many of them.
Yes,
And I think I was one of those naive people that watched them and was like, wow, this is amazing. How did they dig such a deep hole with a stick?
yeah, or like
Until
how
I
did they
watched
make
the video
this
and was
whole
like, oh.
glide.
They use a tractor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the water glides were amazing, and then like the
Yeah.
underwater pools. And you
But I
had to
always
throw
thought
them
it seemed
down.
ridiculous. Like they go and walk with a bucket to fill up a huge pool.
Yeah,
They go with their bucket and they just go back and forth from the stream. And then
Yeah.
they put it in and it was like glistening blue. It's like,
Yeah.
how did it go from being murky brown to blue?
yeah,
Yeah.
which is interesting. But it's better for the video. It
Yeah.
might have been changed with Lightroom or something or LUT, but
They just add some powder to the water
Yeah.
to make it clean.
yeah, we got this powder from the bush.
Yeah, we found the
Put it in.
natural one. Fully
Yeah.
natural. Yeah.
And now we get blue water. Yeah, but those channels are amazing, and that's just like that's the same thing with the whole YouTube automation thing. Is that's still YouTube automation? You're still not behind it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows your face. Yet
Yeah,
you
I
have
guess it leads
millions of
It's a good
subscribers.
segue into
Yeah, but it's the
automation.
same with whiteboard animations, and the
Yeah.
same with primitive. There's so many sub things that people just don't know anything about, and
yeah.
they're the biggest niches ever.
Do you think that, you know, with YouTube automation, you used to have like those Reddit videos and stuff?
Oh yeah,
Do you think there's a form of automation videos that is 100% safe long term?
100% safe long term.
Well-
Also safe from AI or safe
Well,
from
yeah, safe from getting demonetized, right? Because YouTube constantly is changing its monetization rules. It used to
Yeah.
be compilations were fine. It used to be AI voice was okay.
yeah. Text
And,
to
you know, it
speech is
constantly
fine.
changes. Do you think there is a fail-safe way of doing it? Do you need to just record your own audio over the top of it?
So having a voice actor is always the safest bet.
Yeah.
Safer than anything else. So what I
Purchase his
understood,
course to figure out the best ways to get a voice actor. Yeah.
so the number one thing that I got from Quabblecop is that he said that as long as your video has the highest quality possible,
Mm-hmm.
even if it uses AI, it's fine. But it needs to give educational value
that's
towards
Bluey,
the
right?
viewer. Well, Blue is like different. Blue is actually a person, but anyone can be Blue by putting on a suit.
Sorry, I just called it
Attraction.
Bluey. I meant Blue. Bluey
Yeah.
is the kids' TV show.
Yeah,
My bad. Yeah.
Blue is the channel of
Blue,
Quabblecop. So that's just with a suit, and then because it's so transformative.
But I guess
still-
that's connected to a real person.
yes,
Like
it's
the suit
connected
is
to a real
on
person.
a person. It's not just
Yeah. You
programmed
you
in.
could be Blue. I could be Blue. You
Yeah.
just have to pick on a certain suit, but a few
Hear
dots.
that, Quabblecop? I'm up for that. I'll be Blue any day you want. I'm up for that. It's
Got to
sounds
start a
fun.
new reaction channel.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. But yeah, but that's another thing. You have those Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse reacting channels where it's just like a puppet speaking, and even that stuff is monetized. Well, I don't think it's unique in any sort of way. It's monetized. Don't ask
Yeah.
me how, but yeah. It's different.
It's crazy.
So yeah, there's a lot of different ways to go over it. But to be completely safe, yes, get a really good voice actor. And I think the editing should be good. And please, and this is the most annoying thing, is don't use those really common face packages for your thumbnails where it's like overly on the top. Like,
you see them so much. Yeah.
and it's like, we all know that's clickbait. We all know that doesn't exist. And we have seen that image on 100 different channels. So please.
So how
don't
should
do that.
people do it?
Well, funny thing is, if you want, either just make photos of your own face. Just go sit in the studio or go to a room.
So do those faces, but just do it yourself.
Do it yourself,
Okay,
because
it's
then it's
unexpected,
unique.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but you also have those face generation AI tools now, so you could literally just make a random face and
Be the
have that face
creepiest looking
do
thing
that.
in the world.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
Sometimes
because
the
they
AI
don't
just
exist.
comes out with the weirdest things, like the nose will be in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
And he's looking at us like, that doesn't look human.
yeah, but even that might be clickbait.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a medicational video, it would be quite
For
funny.
sure. Yep.
But those are like clickbait ways you have that are so easy to go over with. But don't use the common packages that everyone sells.
And
Just
YouTube's
be
okay with that? Like with the clickbait element, you know, I know everyone's doing it, but it used to be so taboo, right? Like
Yeah.
even the discussion of clickbait was bad.
Yeah,
Like
if you
you-
clickbait, you were a
You were
bad
the
person.
worst YouTuber around if you were just doing clickbait. People would
Like
just
Morks.
Yeah.
Morks was
yeah,
number
and
one in
who
that
was the
stuff.
Vitalis? Is he the Russian
Telly
the
HD.
prank?
Yeah,
Yeah. I
the
mean,
one
he
that
was
went on the
constantly getting arrested for random stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
quite
he's not around anymore, right? He's finished.
He's finished. He's actually in Bali now. He's
Oh.
in a Body Factory gym.
Is that just where you go? It just
Yeah, I met him there. That's the only reason why
yeah.
I know him still.
I was about to
like,
say, do you just
I
go
know
there
this
to get
face.
cancelled?
And I was like, where the fuck do I know him from? And I was like, I know him from one podcast that he cut on, like talking about how his career went down and now he's like relaxing his life.
Yeah.
And then I was like, literally the day after I saw the podcast, I literally saw him
feel
in
like
Body
he-
Factory.
Like his career kind of just blew up. Like it just went downhill so quickly. It was
Oh,
really
yeah.
controversial. I mean, I don't know the whole story, but I just remember that like his channel was notoriously known for clickbait.
Yeah.
And at the time, like that was the worst thing. But now it's all anyone talks about. Even Mr. Beast talks about, you know, what he does is clickbait. I mean, his thumbnails are the definition of clickbait.
Yes, but the thing what Mr. Beast does is
think he
Mr.
then does
Beast
it, though.
delivers on his
Yeah,
thumbnail.
yeah.
If he says in the title 100 million Orbeez, there are 100 million Orbeez, or at least maybe something around that, big enough to at least look real.
Sure.
I assume it's real, but 100 million Orbeez sounds like a lot. If you want to fill a whole backyard, maybe 70 million might be enough. Then you could still say there's 100 million because the number sounds better.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need to give the impression if there's 5 Orbeez here, then that's the biggest clickbait ever. But if
Yeah,
this
sure.
whole room would now be filled with Orbeez all the way up to the ceiling, you cannot tell me if that's 70 million Orbeez or 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference of what Mr. Beast does and the level
mean,
he
it's-
delivers on.
The scale is huge, right?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's
it's next
insane.
level scale.
And the quality is amazing. And
Yeah.
it's still realistic. It's not 4K, Ultra HD, shot at with a
That's what I
crew.
really like. I mean, he just
Yeah.
shoots 1080p. Like he's always said that he's just not interested in shooting because he wants it to look,
Human.
yeah, like somebody's actually gone. You know, he wants, I guess, back to the roots, right, of what
Yeah.
he did. His content was always 1080p.
Yeah.
He wasn't interested in flashy 8K cameras.
But you don't need it for
Yeah.
sure, not in that niche. Because one, it's fast paced. His content is really fast paced. And one of the things he said at VidCon was that he actually slows down, or VidSummit, I have to say, he slows down his videos in order to increase the watch time as well. Because sometimes having a silence is more powerful than consistently being in high energy.
Yeah.
And that was where Morks really fell down. Morks was always high in energy, always too happy, too thing. And then, like, right now you go like into the video and the beginning is really fast and then it's like one silent moment in the recent videos. And then it's like just a build up and then it's like goes further, which is a lot better.
But I mean, that's like Blue, right? You watch,
Yeah, I watched
blue
a few
content.
videos. Yes.
I mean, you can't watch the whole video because they're like 4 hours long, which is mind blowing. Like some of the content he's uploading.
Blue.
Yeah.
It's not 4 hours.
Some of them are huge. Like they're so long, some of the videos. And they just go on forever. Just the Minecraft, you know, like
Oh, some
him-
of the videos do.
they're
but
so
not a lot of them.
long. But they're so fast paced. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
where you click through the video. You
It's
go to
always
2
high in
hours and you
energy.
go to 3. It's just always high energy.
Yep. Which is interesting.
I mean, it's aimed at kids, right?
Yeah. But kids have a lot of energy. They
Yeah.
can watch that content, but the older you get, you won't be able to watch it.
Mm.
Like, I did research on the channel for the podcast and everything, but I couldn't watch the whole entire video. Not even
No,
a
it
10-minute
like
one. because it just gets
Sorry,
me to...
Kwebbelkop, but it did like break my brain a little bit. I was watching it and I was like, oh, this is too much. I can't cope.
But
I
it's
have to go back
impressive
to my
'cause-
slow-paced
Yeah.
people
but-
making coffee.
Yeah.
I
rather
tend
have
to watch,
that.
pour over videos.
Like the satisfying one.
Yeah,
that make
just
the swans in it.
satisfying,
Yeah.
pour over someone's, aesthetic home, minimalism. I'm all over that sort of content. It's
Yeah.
slow
This
paced.
is pace. Yeah.
chill. I feel calm. But then I go to blue and it's like,
It's like so fast
my
paced.
brain just wants to explode.
But it's still really good because even if it's aimed for kids, it's still so good content.
Yeah.
And it's in one way or another, it's really evergreen because if the person wants to stop, you
You
change
just-
the voice,
Just
you
swap
change the
person,
suit,
Right.
and it never breaks down. So even if it has like a whole burnout where Kwebbelkop had the problem with, like you won't have the problem with Blue.
Yeah.
You have a burnout, and then 3 days later, there's another guy sitting there
I guess
continuing your video.
you can't get a burnout of the content creator, but you could get a burnout of the team around it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But even that, in the whole years to come, that will be outsourced as well.
Yeah. True.
Getting the footage from GTA can be a prompt within now in 2 or 3 years.
But I guess for Kwebbelkop, he's got so many interests and he's now able to spend his time
Yeah.
focusing on those interests. I guess the burnout that happened from playing GTA every single day,
Yeah.
which, I can't blame him. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
definitely not.
but
10
now
years.
we can go and, I know, every single day for 10 years
Yeah.
is phenomenal. Like the effort that goes into that is
massive respect.
Huge respect for that. But I mean, now he's in a position where he can run things like Blue. He can run his marketing company,
Yep.
and he's like on LinkedIn all the time now. I'm
I know.
always seeing him posting on LinkedIn, and it's just great. Like for me, that feels like I feel good inside seeing that. It's like, wow, this guy's like,
He's grown up a lot.
Yeah, he's taken like what he built as a kid, right?
Yeah.
He nurtured it. He dedicated 10 years to it. And now he's in a position where he can create, unique content and something completely different. No one has done this yet. Like,
No, he's literally the first person.
There were people in China that were doing AI,
Sort of. Yeah,
like
with TikTok live streams.
TikTok live streaming. There was the guy, like the 30-year-old guy.
Yeah, and he had the shower company that
Who
was
was
live
pretending
24/7.
the person who was pretending he was an e-girl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was
That was a
funny
huge
news.
thing.
Yeah.
And he got the Japanese company where they created AI influencers, and they became billionaires out of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing where Kwebbelkop went with his marketing as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
It's a good market, and it didn't exist in the English market yet.
Yeah, he was the first one. And he's the first one to get permission from YouTube to do 100% of his channel with fully AI, which means that he's the first person to also have permission to use AI in order to upload directly on YouTube. Which normally, if you use any tools to upload on YouTube, you will get your channel terminated earlier or later.
So he's in a good position. I mean, I guess that's the benefit
he
of
had
having
permission.
a really strong connection with YouTube
Yeah.
from your past. You can
Yeah, because you're
talk to
so
them
big.
about. And if you're pioneering something,
Yeah,
you're probably in a
100%.
good position to be doing it.
Yeah,
So, kind of away from that, let's go back to YouTube automation.
sure thing.
Let's go back to your courses.
Oh, awful. Just
Yeah, don't buy them. Yeah. So with the courses, you've got your Dutch one and your English one. The content is the same, right?
yes.
I mean, if you watch the Dutch one, you're going to get the same content.
Yeah.
So-
So the Dutch one has the groups lessons, which I'm
Okay.
unable to do in English because
Yeah.
you have American audience, you have German audience, and you have Australian audience. So there's never a time zone that's fine for any of them.
Now, I've seen the iterations of this course, like from a few years ago when you built the first one.
Yeah, that was really awful.
Let's not talk about that. I mean, I watched it all and I was like, yeah, okay, the value, I understand the value, but it wasn't there yet.
No.
But I mean, the model now works. I mean,
yeah.
it's a proven system, it's effective,
Yeah.
and, I hate saying it provides value.
Yeah. But that's what the course should do.
I feel bad saying that. Yeah, I know, it just seems like such a cliche thing to say. It provides value. But I guess if you're interested in learning
If you're interested in learning the business
10
model,
years worth of messing about on YouTube, if you don't want to spend 10 years just doing random crap on YouTube where your brain goes numb because you're just on YouTube every single day learning the ins and outs of it, you can just watch a condensed version of those 10 years of torment
yeah,
in a, how many hours?
English would be about 12 or 15.
12 hours. 12 hours of content for 10 years worth of
worth of knowledge.
messing about.
Yes, and then the thing is, I want to consistently improve on it. So the problem that I have with a lot of course sellers is the following: is that they make a course, they sell it, and they never update it. And the thing is, I've updated the English one 3 times and the Dutch one 5 times.
Yeah.
So
So you're actually
consistently
iterating the
working on it.
content.
Yeah,
it's
and right
relevant.
now I'm still learning a few things as well. So I removed the whole short section because since the 1st of February, and we're recording this on the 4th, is that YouTube Shorts just has released the ad revenue.
Yeah.
So I removed everything from shorts, and I'm like, I want to test this for a month. I want to see, hey, listen, what are my results? What are the results from the clients? What is the new news that I can talk about this?
Has anyone come to you with their ad revenue yet?
Right now, it's the same as pretty much a shorts bonus if you're
Okay.
accepted. That's the level it's at right now, but it should get a lot higher. But that means, on average, if you get about 40 to 70 million viewers on shorts, you'll be able to earn 10K. But now you're able to go past that 10K.
Yeah, okay, because the bonus was capped, right?
Yeah, the bonus was capped at 10K. So that's the only thing I know so far in the first 3 or 4 days, and that's from having 2 clients
That's good
signed
news.
with purely shorts.
It's pretty good news.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
But I don't have a single channel myself that's purely dedicated to shorts. That is monetized, that has any earnings at this moment, just being honest in that one. Yeah, but I just don't have that yet because it's just released for 4 days. I want to create a new channel, test it out for 30
it's a very
days
new
and see
thing.
what
And
it does.
I mean, leading up to it, all I saw on LinkedIn and around was, people so excited about.
Yeah.
But then also the pessimist being like, oh, what if it's, there's a chance that it's going to be worse revenue than the bonus. I mean, the bonus on YouTube is never as good as Facebook.
Oh,
I mean,
no. Facebook was easy.
I mean, it was a good bonus on YouTube, but like the Reels bonus on Facebook,
Yeah, that went up to 40K.
it's just insane, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't need to do that much.
No.
Like videos were going crazy viral.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the one page that we
Yeah.
worked on together that doesn't have the Facebook Reels bonus, but I know someone else who did, and he got 40K
the
consistently.
bonuses were crazy.
12 months in a row.
I mean, the reel actually on the page that you're talking about, the reels were doing really well.
Yeah, every reel we posted got a minimum of 500,000 views.
But that was a
and up to-
location problem. Like that was just because it was what?
Yeah,
NL.
we're located in the UAE in the Netherlands,
And it
but
just
you
wasn't
need to
getting
have
covered.
either Canada, America, Mexico, and there were 2 other countries. If you were
I didn't
one
even
of
think
those 5,
Australia's on the list.
no,
for
Australia
bonus.
wasn't either.
Yeah,
It was just like 5 countries in the entire world.
and I think
if you were in that
Hong
one
Kong
group.
is now, but it never used to be.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I remember we have a mutual friend that I've spoken with a lot about reels and shorts, and a big issue he faced was that in Hong Kong there was just constant, they just weren't able to get access to bonuses or any ad revenue or anything like that. So he had huge channels, like enormous channels that just earned
zero.
nothing.
Yeah.
Or like I think he made like $90 from 200 million views from his YouTube shorts at one point.
Yeah, that's insane. We have one channel. Our top shorts channel is about 170, 160 million viewers a month at the moment. And it wasn't accepted for the monetization because it was licensed content. And then they say you don't own the content, which is different from licensing the content.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only issue we have. And the thing also with shorts is a lot of the views come from India because TikTok is banned in India. So
Yeah, so
everyone
they're using
flocks over to
shorts.
YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
So the audience is 40% India, which is really bad for your CPM, like the worst.
Yeah.
So we have third
good
world
for lots of
countries with
vanity numbers,
60,
though.
70. Yeah, it's really good for the numbers.
Yeah.
But for the actual revenue, it probably would be so poor. I would realistically think that 170 million viewers would probably make, even with the shorts bonus, at the moment, it might make a maximum of 10, 15K a month.
Yeah,
Nothing more than that.
It's not so good.
No.
I mean,
It's not
it's good.
bad.
It's not bad, but
But it's not
in the
good.
scheme of
If it was more.
other creators there,
Yeah.
it's not as much.
No, there's definitely bigger creators out there, bigger fishes.
Yeah. So what's the next step with the course? So you've got the English version, the Dutch version, both released. You've got the shorts course as well, which is a bonus. Right?
That was for Dutch, and that was because there was a bug on YouTube where you could use TikTok videos in order to monetize it. So I have removed that one.
Okay.
That one was very interesting. There were a few people that got bonuses, but it was a gamble.
Okay.
So
sure.
you downloaded TikTok videos, you posted them 5 times a day, and if you got like 10 million plus viewers, you had the chance to get the YouTube Shorts bonus.
So this is now public content. This was behind a paywall originally.
That was behind a paywall.
Okay, and now it's public. So
Yes.
So how did it work? What would you do?
You just literally downloaded TikTok videos.
Okay.
And you would literally just remove the watermark. And then after that, you post it on YouTube. You make sure it has like a clickbaity title. And you make sure in the beginning, you needed to add the hashtag shorts, which later on got removed. And then once that starts going viral, you had the chance on getting a huge bonus. But the thing is, nobody knew you could do this. So I was just selling the how-to with this stuff. And this was only a 2-hour course. But the thing is, some people got lucky, some people got unlucky. We had one guy doing quizzes, and he was getting bonuses between 2,000 and 8,000 a month. There was one guy doing the
Just from
Android Tate
uploading
model. Yeah.
TikTok quiz videos.
Yeah, 100% stolen content.
Yeah.
And then there was one guy who did the Android Tate with affiliate marketing, because that's also something we went over with. And I said, try it out. And he got 100 million views within 2 months, and he made like 15K in referrals.
Yeah.
So there were definitely ways, and that still works, by the way, the second one. And there was
affiliate marketing will always work, right?
yeah.
I mean, Amazon are always going to want sales,
Oh yeah,
and courses,
100%.
they're always going to want
Yeah.
people. They don't care where the traffic comes from,
Yeah. So just
long as
make
it's
the link,
traffic.
and it's 2 weeks later you get accepted in an
as long as
Amazon
it's good
affiliate.
traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get accepted in the Amazon affiliate program, and then it's like you get the certain links, and then when you get the front store is when you can really go viral because you can consistently update that with the most trending products on your pages. And that's also very popular on TikTok. Like the money that's being made from affiliates, from storefronts, what Amazon has introduced is insane. I know TikTok creators that are pulling in between 100,000 to 250,000 a month just from the storefront.
Yeah, just from Amazon affiliate revenue.
Yeah, and then the girls that are buying the dresses these days, like I see more ads related to Amazon clothing now than I see of any kind, and I'm fully in the niche, so
Yeah.
it's insane. Amazon is taking over. Like I think it wants to compete with Shein because Shein is way
Yeah.
bigger, but now with Amazon doing commissions, a lot of people just buy products, they test it, they review it, they send it back, and then they have that income, which I know a lot of the smaller influencers do. Like they buy a bunch of items, they review it, and they just send it back, but they got the content. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe not get
Interesting.
into the morals
Various
of that.
fixes. Yeah, the morals are wrong,
Yeah.
but it works.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with YouTube, also with the past. I made this video talking about the bugs that YouTube had in the past with monetization, how you could fix it.
Yeah. I remember all those.
Yeah, those were the good
Yeah.
times. Unlisted method, playlist method, shorts bugs, everything.
Also, okay, here's a cool one. I don't know if you knew about this. You used to
Let's
be
hear
able
it.
to right-click on the page. So where the monetization button was,
Yes, I told this one.
you'd right-click, you'd change view page source,
Yep.
inspect element, and then
Inspect
you'd
element,
adjust
then
it to
console.
turn the button on.
Yep.
And it was as easy as that. You just make the button so it was no longer grayed out. You click on it,
Yep.
and boom, you had monetization.
No. That
Oh,
was
then
not
it
the- You then were leaving the YouTube Partner
Yeah.
program, and then you needed to
Yeah.
have a managed CMS.
Yeah.
So not a normal one. You needed to have a managed CMS, send you an invite, accept that one, then you got kicked out of the network again,
Yeah.
and then you had monetization
It's the
enabled
most
again.
broken system
And it
ever.
was 2 minutes and sold it for 1,500 a pop.
Yeah,
Cost me 200 a pop.
it was a crazy method.
Yeah, made me good.
I can't remember
10K
who
a
it
day
was that.
sometimes.
I don't know how I found out about it.
I bought it, and it was on this Vietnamese group where you're
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was the
also.
Vietnamese group.
There's only 40 people in there.
It was like those YouTube. There was also the channel you could buy AdSense channels from them,
Oh yeah,
or they would remove. There was an option you could buy from them to remove YouTube Partner Program, and I got really.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, how are they doing this?
yep. And that
then,
was
yeah.
was just one
It was
code. It was like 5
Took
lines.
2 seconds, right? It was as easy as just
Yep.
turning a button on.
Yeah, and I got like all these agreements with the channels that I fixed monetization on, and I just got 20%. That paid off for like 2 or 3 years.
That's
Like 24
crazy.
months of monetization.
Yeah,
just
it's
because
funny.
you do a few clicks.
Is it a bug? I guess it's a bug.
It was a big
Bit of
bug.
a bug exploit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's huge.
Please don't come after us, YouTube.
Yeah.
We
Just
didn't-
fix your systems. We
Yeah.
told you early
It
enough.
was easy, inspect elements like child's play.
Yeah.
That's what you do as like a kid in school to like
Yeah.
make it so your homework's broken.
Yeah.
You'd use inspect
Or your
element.
grade is
Oh,
higher.
the internet's not working. Inspect element to change things or change your marks. Yeah, good easy way
Yeah,
to change
or-
your marks.
Or I had, which is a really funny one. This is how I cheated a few of the exams. Is normally you can't leave the page where you have your exams on, but I just make a different shortcut. Like you could just leave it. I just
Yep.
went to Google Chrome and I was like,
There was
perfect, done.
yeah, I remember using like command prompt
Yep.
in school, and you'd make a batch file that would open command prompt, and so you'd make batch file 1 and then batch file 2. Batch file 1 opens batch file 2, batch file 2 opens batch file 1. You'd open it and it would just loop, and it would just fill the screen up with windows. And I remember being like 13, so what, 2011, being in
Wow.
school, and I would like, something's come up. I'll open it, and I'd show it to my teacher. I'd be like, oh, my computer's broken. Something's going wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you should take it to the IT guys.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. And
And then you just leave the
leave
classroom.
class, go to the library, spend like 45 minutes there, come back to you, they weren't able to fix it. It's not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I did that as well. And I once actually looked at one of my teachers with her passcode so I could change my own numbers. So even if I had a 6, I could fill
Yeah,
in a 9.
there were people in my school that were using keylogger USBs to track the password so they could log into the staff back end
Yep.
to enroll them, like to list them as absent from class.
Oh, hilarious.
to like unenroll them from class lists entirely. So they would get the login to the teacher. They'd log into the teacher's account.
Smartest thing
It
ever.
was actually my art teacher who got. She was the one who was the culprit, the main culprit, the main victim. I mean, the culprits were people in my class, not including me. I'm
Just a disclaimer.
saying that disclaimer. This wasn't me. Maybe keylogged the art teacher's computer, got her password to her staff backend, and then people, including myself, would enjoy being signed out of class. So you can go, catch the train, go somewhere else, go to an internet cafe, play League of Legends or something.
Oh, hilarious. Yeah, those are good times.
What else would you do when you're 13?
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you're
YouTube,
13, you're
mostly.
not. Yeah, I did YouTube.
Yeah, I was mostly
24/7.
doing YouTube then as well.
The funniest story that I have with like whole of class is that I always had my phone on me, and because I went viral quite early on, and that's really funny. I'm actually gonna grab something.
Oh shit!
And this is a really funny story.
I knew this was going to come up at some point.
This is gonna be really funny. Give you 1 second.
Yeah. All right. So, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. Make a guess.
It's Vine Cinema, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I got this one, and that will be a very funny story. Because this is
Yeah.
now
All right.
actually yours.
Okay. So
really funny.
you guys can't
So,
see this,
so-
but Wanner has just handed me a silver play button
Yep.
for Vine Cinema. So
Yep.
I'll send this to the camera up here. I don't think you're able to be heard before, but I'll give the quick story. I'll give you my version.
100% go
This is
for it.
the-
I'll sip my
This is
water.
my version of the story. So when Wanner and I first met in 2016,
Yep.
we'd never met in person. This was purely online. We were doing just mostly YouTube channel stuff.
Yep.
And Wanner had a few different channels. There was Mine Cinema,
Game cinema.
Game
Cinema?
Game
Or-
Cinema, and Vine Cinema.
Yep.
Game Cinema still exists.
Yeah, that's the text-to-speech. That's the red one.
Okay, Game Cinema still exists, and Vine Cinema was another one that was not dead, but it wasn't. You weren't really uploading to it anymore.
No, because of the new monetization
Yeah,
rules.
and I was like, I'd love a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'd really like to purchase one off him. So I paid you €1,000
Yep.
to buy Vine Cinema, which Wanner had already claimed the play button on this.
Yep.
So he'd already got the play button, which I think was that's where the €1,000, the value actually of the channel existed, was only in the play button. So I purchased the channel. I'm like, okay, great. Now I've got a channel. I'm going to start uploading similar videos. 24 hours later, channel's terminated for community guideline problems. Completely gone. There was I think to this day, still suspended.
Yep.
It'll never be back.
Nope.
And I have
100% not.
had nothing. And I didn't blame Wanner for it. I was kind of like, okay, well.
Yeah, it already had the community guidelines, right?
Yeah.
So I said, it's
I
a
knew-
community guideline. You can buy it if you want.
I
but-
knew the risk I was taking. So it's nice to know now, 7 years later, I get to go home now, all the way to Australia. This is quite heavy. I'm going to have to put this in my suitcase.
Yeah, enjoy that one.
With an old school,
Yeah, this is an
100,000
old school
subscriber.
one.
For my hard work,
Yeah,
my really hard work.
your $1,000 worth of a play button.
Yeah. I think I worked at Boost Juice to make that money,
Oh,
which
damn.
is an Australian
60
smoothie
hours
brand.
for a play button.
It's probably more than that. I think I earned like $13 an hour or something at Boost. So, yeah, it took a while,
Yeah.
but it was totally worth it.
7 years later.
So what do I do with that now? I just put it next to my degree.
Probably, yeah.
It probably looks better than my degree. So it's fine.
You got one little paper,
Yeah.
like a really old play button.
I like the old one. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
style of
nice.
it's nice. I mean, the new ones are cool. They're very slim.
Yeah.
Is the letter here as well?
No, I do not have letter anymore. I'm very sorry.
I want the signed letter from Susan.
From Susan, yeah.
I want Susan's letter. It's like a love
I
letter from
got another
Susan.
one if you want. I got a bunch of them.
Well, I'm waiting. When do I get the million one? Oh, never.
Not the
That-
channel never
that
had a
channel will
million.
never
The
wanna
channel had
never get a million.
140,000 subs or something
Well,
in the end.
I was half expecting this. You mentioned something yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna give me the play button."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's one thing. And I'm also going to give one, because this will come out after that. I'm also giving one to my central manager.
Cool.
Just because she also got a channel over 100,000 subs and I
Yep.
just cleared the play
So to
button.
have her name on it.
No, it will have the name of the genre we're in.
Cool.
Because I wanted to get a new one, because that's the only downside point, which also is a good point that people mention up, is that you can buy these things, which is definitely true. So I want to buy an additional one with her name on it, but I haven't gotten a response in like almost 10, 11 days. And then now they just said, hey, listen, we're still looking into the channel, see if it's eligible to purchase another one. And I'm like, you already said it was okay, but you just didn't give me the code.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for that one, but I'm just giving her one of the ones I already have.
Nice. Oh,
And then I'm ordering
she'll
a
love
new
it.
one. Oh, she'll love it.
Yeah.
She wanted
they're
one
really
for
cool.
like 3-4 years.
It's really cool to have.
She got like, what is it? We now have 6 channels above 100,000 subs. And out of those, 4 have play buttons, which I all have. So, yeah, I'm just giving one away. And then I'll see
Nice.
if I get one back or not, because I can't take
Well,
them
that's my
anywhere.
first one. I've never had any.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have one on the wall. It's a good memory of all the times I've spent on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think
It's
you and
like
I have had, not to talk about myself, but you and I have had kind of 2 different approaches to YouTube. Like for both of us, YouTube is the start of kind of everything we've done,
Yeah, 100%.
which is crazy. I've never run my own YouTube channels. I've never, been a content creator. I've done podcasts. I've helped back end like video production. I've been on like video sets to record videos, but I've never, been a content creator. Yet YouTube was still like night and day for me. Like
Yep.
YouTube business or that side of it was everything I did. And it's all I thought about. And it's funny, like I think back and I go, I never actually did anything on YouTube. Like I have access to so many YouTube channels
Yep.
because I've worked on them and I've helped grow them and I've done consultancy on YouTube.
Yeah, you were good at this stuff as well.
Yeah.
You
and
knew what you were talking
I
about.
guess so. And I guess because I spent so much time on the back end, but I never ran my own YouTube channel. And so I got this opportunity to get Vine Cinema. I was like, wow, this is great. But, I continued that for years. And, we both went similar paths at one point in like 2018 with, certain tools on YouTube. And we, really dived deep into those together. And that was kind of my first time experiencing like quite a large scale, like
Version of
being
YouTube.
applied to YouTube.
Yep.
But then like you went this route of building, a really strong personal brand, personal image, I guess, and the cash cow channels and the cash cow courses.
Yep.
And then I guess I went this route of e-commerce,
Yep.
marketing, running digital agencies and stuff like that. And it worked. I guess I leveraged what I learned on YouTube and all those skills to
Start an
specialize in something completely different that's not even related to YouTube remotely. It doesn't touch YouTube. There's no videos on YouTube.
But you could
of
do
it.
advertisement on YouTube.
Could,
getting
and I'm
influencers.
considering it. Since I've been in the UK, one of our competitors' ads has been appearing a lot, and they were all on YouTube, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder
Yeah.
if,
And upload your short format content to Shorts as well.
yeah.
Just for extra brand recognition.
So I run a pretty large Australian-based e-com brand, and I started it in 2020, and it was, kind of a COVID project that just, I'd run plenty of e-com projects before, and I'd done some drop shipping, and I'd always been fortunate that I'd always found a product that worked, and so I was able to keep running them, and I'd run stores for like a couple of months and then get rid of them. But then suddenly, I found through, quite a bit of R&D, found some products that I think really resonated with people, and then this brand really took off.
Yeah, you did a really good job on
It's
that.
no secret. It's called Malt Brew.
I just wanted to say, I'm just waiting for him to say
I was just
it,
thinking,
so-
you've got my name, so you can just go on LinkedIn, and I'm right there. So it's called Malt Brew. I don't know why I was acting so mysterious about it.
Oh,
I
I
was like,
was also thinking.
I was in this mindset of like drop shippers that like
Yeah,
never
yeah.
wanted to share the product that they were selling, because
Yeah.
it was always like, oh, if you share the product, you're just going to saturate the market straight away.
Yeah, but not if you have a brand. Your brand is so
It's
solid.
different now.
And you're ranked #1 on a lot of social.
Yeah, well, just today in Australia, we ranked #1 for whiskey glasses, spelt both ways, with the E and without the E.
Yep.
First on YouTube, on Google. So that's a huge milestone for us. So I'm really happy about that. But I think a lot of, old school drop shipping people would like never share the niche.
Oh,
Like they
never.
would never talk about it, because as soon as you'd release a video on it, suddenly hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So I guess, I'm in a different situation now. The product is quite unique. It's hard to attain.
Yeah.
And we've completely branded the product and the packaging. And
It looks so amazing. And the photos and the custom website and
yeah, we
now the
spent,
custom code.
the whole thing's been bootstrapped, right? So there's been like no profit sharing really at all. We've just completely churned over
Yeah, everything is reinvested.
Everything has been
consistently.
reinvested. We only started with a couple of $1,000 and we've, completely rolled it and kept rolling and rolling and rolling.
I did the same thing for the program.
Yeah,
I invested
and-
45,000 of my own money, consistently reinvested. I only pulled the original 45K out, nothing else.
Yeah, see, we haven't even done that yet. I mean, there's not a lot to pull out. Like, the initial investment was so low, so there's not a lot to pull out. But, we just kept building it. And you learn so much just doing that. And I can't stress enough how fun that process is. Especially if you're someone that has always had a keen interest in online businesses of some form. There's a lot of content, there's a lot of methods of making money where you're not in full control.
Yep.
Like affiliate marketing, you're reliant on
The product.
the product or the affiliate, the group that you're being an affiliate for. When you start a project, like when you build a course or when you start an agency or an e-com brand, you're in full control of everything.
Yep.
Like it is up to you to make it succeed. There is nobody else out there that is going to be able to guarantee its success but you.
Yep.
And it's so rewarding when it goes right.
100%.
And, it's demotivating when it doesn't work, but you learn so much when it doesn't. So you spend so much time doing product research, so much time figuring out who your audience is, what they look like. When we started Malt Brew, our target audience was way off. It just didn't work. I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. This product's not right. I was convinced that I had the right people in mind to sell the product, and it didn't work, and I was wrong. And it took so many iterations, and it took talking to other people about the product, showing it to them, and hearing what they had to say. And I didn't let them, necessarily make the decision for me on what it looked like, but just listening and talking to them,
Yeah, like
I realized, like Tolgan. I was like, okay, maybe I need to try this from a different angle, and that different angle worked.
Yep.
And I still rely on that original market group, of those people, which is why, in Australia, I feel like we haven't hit a cap, but it's a bit of a soft cap that we've hit. And that's why we're going to the UK now, and we're launching just in a month and a bit now in the UK.
Interesting.
But when I shift my focus, when I looked at it from a different angle, suddenly, things succeeded and it worked so well.
But that's
And
also with everything. That's with every
Exactly,
industry.
right? But it's
Sometimes
nice.
It just takes another look.
It's nice knowing that you are the one
That's in control.
that's in control,
Yeah.
right? And it's not like a power thing. It's not like, I have to have my my hands over everything and make sure I'm covering all areas. It's just that there is nobody else is going to ensure it succeeds.
Yeah, you have to do the work.
You have to be the one that does the work. You need to build the brand. You need to find the right people and delegate the right task to the right people. If you delegate wrong, it's not the fault of the person that you delegated to. It's your fault.
Yeah, always. Always comes
And-
back up.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you hire the wrong people, or if the people you hire aren't good at the job that you've hired them for, it's not the fault of the person you've hired. It's your fault. You hired them.
You hired the wrong person.
Yeah, you thought that they were right. You made the wrong choice. You made the wrong decision. So it's your fault.
100%.
And it happens. Like, I avoid agencies to an extent when it comes to running my brand, because I like to do things in house and I like having the people that I work with being a bit closer.
And in control.
Yeah, but when you hire an agency, agencies will promise you the world.
Yeah, always.
And most of the time, they can't even deliver a fifth of the world because they don't know your brand. But there is position there. That's not always the case. There are situations where what you've got is so unique and you have such a great product or such a great brand that kind of anyone could start running ads and it's going to work, and you're really just doing it to save time. But,
Yeah, we had the same thing as well. For me, it's not worth to run ads. I'd
Yeah.
rather pay you to run my ads than...
yeah,
Try and
it's
figure it
just
out
a
myself.
situation where it's beneficial. But when you work with agencies, you have to get used to firing them.
Yeah.
And that's a really weird feeling because, and you feel like, at first, when I first started doing that, when I first started hiring people, I get quite I wouldn't get angry at them, but I would feel really frustrated. Like, why can't they do this? Why can't they just get it right?
Yeah.
Like, why don't
I get
they
the same
understand
thing.
it? It's like, well, they don't have the same stake. Like,
Yeah.
I have this, I'm investing my money. I'm staking a lot on it working. So I have this feeling of,
Yeah, I know
my
that very
pride.
well. I have the
Yeah.
same thing with the editing for the videos for Instagram and stuff. It's like you expect a certain thing, but it needs to be so clear of what you expect and what you receive.
sure.
And it also needs to deliver. So some agencies ask more, but they're a lot better. And some people just do what is enough, what is being asked. And my main thing is you always need to learn on how to improve, and also everything that you're good at. And that's my number one tip. I'm also going to make a really big video of this. It's going to be it's not going to be a 3-part series. It's going to be 3 different locations with 2 different cameras. And it's going to talk about how I went from 0 to 100K plus a month consistently. And even the biggest mistakes I made to this day. And that is, I should have recorded a course that teached my staff on how to do certain things very, very well. Because then instead of consistently having a manager that needs to be paid $20 an hour, to then go ahead and teach someone else for 5 hours, where I lose $100 for every single staff member that I hire. If I have everything covered in multiple programs, that I can just say, okay, hey, listen, you're welcome. This is what you need to study. What you do first, your first month is a test roll on this paycheck. And then after that, if we want to continue with you, we'll increase your paycheck.
Yep.
If I had that in place from the beginning, I could have saved myself probably easily over 50K. That's one.
These systems.
Yes.
Yep.
And I could have made a lot more money by never having any wrong titles, or don't forget an is, or don't have a dis or an in. Like, just those small little things add up so much, because one letter wrong could ruin a title. I had this one channel I reviewed yesterday, and they had 6 titles, and every single of the titles was wrong. And I'm like, you just
spelled wrong? Like, just
spelled
spelling
wrong.
mistakes. Yep.
So it's like world biggest hotel, and it's like it's world's biggest hotel.
Yep.
Just that ass ruins the title, because now it talks about just a small part instead of a big part.
Would you see that as people being lazy or just not realizing?
Probably both, but there's a
such
dedicated
a
video.
key. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a dedicated video on it, and it actually comes from VidSummit, and it comes from the Mr. Beast lesson. So I'm like, I just copied what he did, and I just went over, what do you fill in here? What do you fill in here? And I went over 15 of those examples, and I'm like, after 15 examples, you should know how to do it. I'll check the titles if you send me a message, and I'm like, I would do it this way. Or people use words, and I'm like, I don't even know what it is. And I'm like, if I don't know what it is, well,
yeah, are other people going to know? Yeah.
A lot of people won't know. So you got a very bad title and people won't click on it. And what I also discovered is that your image is pretty much the title, but the title gives an extra reason to click based on the image. So, like I said, the single images that are now being generated through AI with Midjourney, like the military ones, the image speaks 1,000 words, but the title confirms it. So you got 3 soldiers standing in front of the world's biggest tank. So the guys that look very tiny, but you still see them. And you got a massive tank behind it, like full-blown screen. And then it's like, the title is World's Biggest Tank in World War II. Your title delivers on the image. People are surprised about it. And directly when you start the video is when you deliver on that. These are the world's biggest tanks. And then it's directly, it's like, here you go. And that makes a great video. It's, technically speaking, it's very easy to do so. The whole industry is easy to do so, if you understand the game.
Yeah.
And
so you need to be putting systems in place to ensure that the people that are working with you know these things and can do it at, maybe 90% or 80% at the capacity that you can on your own.
Yes. Well, we don't teach on how to edit. It's like you need to give very clear instructions. The better your instructions, the more time you invest in that, the better the video will be. And you really need to be clear. We call this a preference document, which we send to the teams for every single video. It's like, if you want it to be edited a certain way, you have to mention that up front or you won't get it delivered. It's also the price point. If you have someone that you pay $75 to edit a video, that's different from being or receiving a whole completed video for $62.
It's also worth mentioning that there's like a flip side of this. So we're talking about this idea that we have the skill base and we have to share that skill set to people. But there are many instances where it's the other way around, right? The people that we are hiring because their expertise is substantially higher than our own. And so with Malt Brew, and I know it's a fact with your YouTube channels and with the Cash Cow course, there are people that you hire that you can say that you've got some understanding in it. And but there's a field that you might need to cover. For instance, data analysis. When it comes to Malt Brew data and looking at our data, or even like more simple than that, just building a fully from the ground up website. There are people that you hire that are specialists, and you're expecting them, when you pay them, normally pretty good money, you're expecting them to have that skill set, and you're hiring them because their skill set is substantially higher than yours. And you're hoping that you can learn something from them as well, and you get better at hiring people like that. But there are instances where you bring people in and you train them, and there are people that you bring in that train you.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
100%.
I mean,
I got the same thing with editing.
yeah, like you bring them in and you're bringing them in because their skill, what they've made, what their profession is and what they're a specialist in
Yeah.
is that specific task. And you, chances are you'll never be as good as them.
Oh, 100%.
Even if you dedicate hundreds of hours, you might never be as good as them. And the reason that you've hired them is because of that.
Yeah, we now got one editor, which we pay $70 per video, which
Yeah.
is more than normally a completed video. Is that his editing is so amazing that it creates the story so many times
Yeah.
better. Because the last question
And you're
that I
learning stuff
got
from
in that-
them.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But his editing is so phenomenal. I'm like, last time I edited is like 3-4 years ago. I only edit in CapCut if I need to remove something small, but nothing big anymore. No flashy animations, no shows or anything. But his editing makes the story.
Yeah, sure.
So if your story is great and then the editing is really good, it's almost completed. So the last thing that I wanted to do for actually both programs is build a case study. That's the most asked question that I get.
Yeah.
And
Like
it's
a
also
case
going to be
study
the last
based
thing.
off a previous existing.
No, not the previous existing, from the ground up.
Ah, okay.
So we're
yeah.
now hired an
So a
editor.
project.
We're literally working on this. And I have no idea if it succeeds or it fails. We just got an amazing idea.
Would you show that as being a live process, like as you make it,
Yes.
or would you build everything like that and then upload it 6 months later after the channel succeeded?
Yeah, so most likely we expect the channel to succeed quite quickly.
Okay.
Because the concept that we have is a proven method that works. However, it has never been done in a niche that we're in. So we have 0 competitors. There's actually one person in the program that wants to do it as well, which is going to be very funny. But I also said, hey, listen, if we succeed, I'll just refund you because I don't want to be a competitor of my own students. And that's the biggest problem why I stopped doing or making any case studies is because I might get in the way of other people succeeding, which I find annoying. So I said to this one guy, hey, listen, I wrote this down 3 months ago. I showed him a picture of my notebook. Like I had like 25 title IDs. They're in the notebook. And I said, if we succeed and you do not succeed, I'll refund you the entire program if we made that money.
Yeah.
And then I'm having someone, and I'm being honest in that as well, working with me on the channel for the simplicity reason that right now with still making videos for the program, consistently updating it, I have to go travel quite a bit again for work and also for my other companies. Bless you.
Thank you.
Is that I need to have someone extra on there as well. I can't do everything alone. However, we get a script delivered, or technically speaking, we're doing it this way, is I will make the base script, which are just about 20, 25 lines. Then after that, the script writer will do full research on what I have delivered, make a story of 1,600 words, which is about 10 to 12 minutes per video. Then I will actually be the one who's speaking into the microphone because you got the AI tool from Adobe now, which changes your voice to a very professional one. But the thing is,
So you're gonna be the one that records the
voice, yes.
voiceover, and then you'll use Adobe AI to.
Exactly, to enhance my
There
voice.
we go. There's a live
AI show as well.
AI use case right there.
Yeah, because I wanted to break this down. And then after that, we got the voice. We will both, so me and the partner that I will be working with on this, will go ahead and give detailed instructions on the editing that we want. So we want like one slide to go from bottom to top, and then the left and the right one for comparison video to go from top to bottom. But we want it in a certain way which shows all 3 companies and then like explains how it works. So the editing needs to be so phenomenal that the story is perfect, and then the videos will be so good. We probably will hit, I think, a 5 to 8 minute watch time on average, which is higher than anyone else.
Yeah.
And the spend will be quite low because we only pay for the scriptwriter, and we only pay, I think, $15 for the scriptwriter.
And so you're building a really solid team.
Yes,
Around
and I
doing
will be the
this.
voice, and I will be the one helping the scriptwriter. So the scriptwriter normally is $30, but we pay 15 because I do the baseline. And then after that, we got the perfect scripts. I will go over the entire scripts, keep out any of the mistakes, and also make sure that it's as easy as possible to read. And then the editing actually gets paid extra for the simple reason that I will just record everything in one go. So if I make a mistake like this, like that would then be cut out by the editor. Normally that's what the voice actor does, the whole voice completed for the whole entire 8 minutes. We do not. If I make mistakes and it's 40 minutes, he has to cut the bullshit. And that's because I don't want to spend my time editing my own voice and everything. I just want to have a whole list, read over it sentence by sentence, and be like, this could be better. And if I repeat it, then the editor picks which one is the best sentence.
Yeah, sure.
If I end happy or it's like surprising or like it's really scary, then he has to edit the correct line.
Yep.
And that's
So
the
you're
process.
providing like there's multiple
Yes.
use cases, multiple different Yeah. I got
Exactly.
you.
And then the video cost is 85 per video. So normally it's 62 with Teams.
So if you want to learn how to do that, Wanner's course will show you how you can spend $85 and get a high quality
But that's
video
me
out.
doing myself,
the
my own
voiceover.
voice acting.
Yeah.
So a good voice actor will run you a lot.
But are there a lot of people, there's people that are buying your course that will do their own voice acting, right? I mean, they'll
Almost
do their...
none of them.
Really?
Yeah, because we
But I
don't
would've
have a lot of
thought that's-
native Americans. So
Okay, yeah.
the biggest audience for English is Germany is number 1. Number 2 is Australia.
Because, I mean,
which
just with
also
a
has
phone,
accent.
right? You can just... Like,
Yeah,
once
you
you've
can
got a
record it with
script,
your
you could
phone,
just
but
use your phone.
a lot of people don't have a great voice. Even my voice, like it depends on the microphone as well. I do have to say that has a big change.
Yeah.
But if you enhance it, almost anyone could do it. But this
but
is
with
something
AI
I'm currently recommending. I'm still testing this out. So that's the whole thing that I mean. Like a lot of those gurus, I absolutely hate the word. they
When we
always
talk about gurus, are we talking about like Dan Locke style guru?
Yeah, Dan Locke
Okay.
style and that kind of stuff. I'm like, they never update their programs and they never update the things. But the thing is, my own cash cow channel, we just got the report yesterday, both of us, still made about 70K profit. And I'm like, I'm still involved in a business. It went all the way down to 40 and then almost doubled from a month-to-month basis. Like, I want to consistently
Yeah, we were
improve
playing
on the
pool,
content.
just
Yeah.
playing a nice game of pool.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And Wanner opens his phone and is like, oh man, I just made 70 grand.
Yeah, I just got a message, 87, and then I got 70.
Day in the life of Wanner over here.
Yeah, nice one.
He was absolutely schooling me in pool, as usual though. I mean, we went to the same place that we went to
Yeah.
5 years ago when I last came to the Netherlands. And nothing's changed. Actually, if anything, I got worse. There was no improvement.
But that's fine.
Yeah. And actually, your girlfriend and I, that game, we played a game together, and it just went on forever.
Yeah, it took quite a long time until we could
When
play
there were
again.
less balls on the table. Oh, and then
took
she
long.
potted white and black. So
Oh yeah, you still won. You still
yeah,
won
but
though.
that was the long plan. I played the long
Yeah.
game there.
You were like, I'm just giving you little hints, like you're better, but actually you're.
At the end of the day, the long game was. I just knew that was what was going to happen. Yeah, I was
Predictions.
fully on top of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's simply everything. So, and that was fun. It's nice seeing you again after.
It's
so
so
many
good.
times.
I mean, it just feels crazy.
It's
It's just
weird
nice to be
because
back in the Netherlands.
yeah, because first you stayed 3 weeks with me, and then I stayed 6 weeks with you.
Don't spend 6 weeks with him.
No,
It's too long. It's too long. But 2 days now. 2 days.
2
to see
days
me.
is
and I'm
fine.
going to be
It's a little
around
bit
more
short.
often, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
you're gonna be in Germany, 6-hour drive, so that should be
It'll
fine.
be nice and cruisy.
Once or twice a month, or once every 2 months.
Anyway, it's so good to see you. And thanks so much for having me here. I'm
Yeah, no
really looking
worries.
forward to seeing this edited and
Being
uploaded to
posted.
the YouTube channel and being used as short content, which
Yeah, you're gonna
know,
be on
so we're
many
going to
clips.
take this long form content and we're going to make hundreds of short form contents out of
Yep.
it. Short form content, short form videos out of it.
Yes, exactly. Short form content is also
Yeah.
fine. It's still short form.
It is. It's all
It
short
just
form.
depends on what kind of content you make. But yeah, is there anything else you want to discuss?
I think that's all.
I think
I
that
need to
would
go
be
cough.
very nice
I've
one.
been needing to cough properly this entire time. So I'm going to
Nice.
end this. I'm just going to go cough my life out.
Yeah, so one thing Mr. Beast always says is just randomly end the video.